Okay, welcome back everybody. Now we're going to go ahead and jump into our final presentation for the day, and it is titled Amnesty and Municipal Net Profit Tax.
Thank you, Nathan. Good morning. My name is Marina King, and I'm the Program Administrator for the Compliance Division, and today I will be speaking about the Ohio Tax Amnesty Program. During today's session, we will cover the following topics: what is amnesty and how the program works, what is required when applying for the amnesty, how taxpayers will be notified if their application is approved or denied, potential reasons why your application may have been denied, and where you can go to obtain more detailed information about the program. So what is the amnesty and how does it work? The amnesty program came out of House Bill 49, and it is the limited time opportunity that allows taxpayers to come forward and pay certain delinquent tax obligations. This program will run from January 1st through February 15th, 2018 for certain taxes that were due and payable as of May 1st, 2017 and still remain underreported or unreported. The benefit to the taxpayer is that the Ohio Department of Taxation is authorized to forgive 100% of the penalties and half of the interest. So on this slide, what you will see is a list of eligible taxes. If you do not see a particular tax on this slide, it means that the tax is not eligible for the amnesty program. So once again, only the taxes you see here are eligible for the amnesty program. If you are a CPA, tax professional, or an attorney, and you want to use a visual to talk to your clients about an easy way to let them know if they qualify, you can use this slide right here. So we'll look at the qualified side first. So if the return and payment is due as of May 1st, 2017, and the tax type is covered under the qualifying taxes, which is the slide we just went over, then your client qualifies for the Ohio Tax Amnesty Program. On the contrary, if the return and payment were due after May 1st, 2017, and the tax is not covered under the qualifying taxes that we just covered, or if your client has received a billing notice or an assessment or is currently under audit for the periods in which they are applying, they will not qualify for the Ohio Tax Amnesty Program. So let's test your knowledge. Please do not respond via chat. I will read the question aloud and give you some time to think about the answer. The question is, can I clear all my back taxes owed for individual income tax from 1995 under the Ohio Tax Amnesty Program? And the answer is yes. If we look at the key information, individual income tax, that is the eligible tax, and 1995 is prior to May 1st, 2017. So now that you know what the program is, let's talk about what is required when applying for the amnesty. Taxpayers must submit a complete and signed amnesty application, as well as their return and/or worksheet, depending on the tax type, and also full payment, which includes applicable interest. Please note that if you are a business and you have never registered with the Ohio Department of Taxation, you will also need to submit a registration form as well. Now let's talk about available payment options. The first option that you have is a paper check, a money order, or a cashier's check. Please note that electronic payments cannot be accepted by the Ohio Department of Taxation for the amnesty program, nor are credit card payments allowed per House Bill 49. If you are a streamlined sales taxpayer, you will need to consult your instructions for more detailed information on available payment options. Once you are ready to submit your documentation, and once again, that's the application, payment, and the return, you will need to send that information to the following address. Each taxpayer will be notified within 30 days if their application was either approved or denied. On this slide, what you will see is the front of the letter that will be received by your client or the taxpayer. It will have information related to the tax period in which you applied for, the tax type, the amnesty status, either approved or denied, and the reason code. So for this example, you can see that the reason code 009 indicates that the application was approved. On the back of the letter, it will have all reason codes as to why the application was either approved or denied. So this is a complete list of all reason codes for approval and denial of the amnesty application. So now let's talk about some potential reasons why the application could be denied, and we're going to go over the ones that have been most prevalent in previous amnesties. If the application was submitted for a tax that does not qualify for amnesty, which means it was not on the previous slide that we covered earlier, then that will be a reason why the application would have been denied. If the application was for a tax that does qualify, so it was on that slide, however, it was not due and payable as of May 1st, 2017, that will result in a denial. If the Department of Taxation has issued a billing or an assessment notice for the period in which you are applying for, or if you're currently under audit for the period or the tax type that you are applying for, that will also result in the denial of the amnesty. Also, failure to include application, full payment, and return, or if the application is postmarked after February 15th, 2018. It is imperative that you realize that if the application is denied for any reason whatsoever, the payment submitted will be applied to the periods which have been denied for the amnesty, and full penalty and interest will be applied accordingly. So let's test your knowledge. I will read the question aloud. Please do not respond via chat, and I will give you a few seconds to think about the answer. The question is, my application was postmarked as of February 14th, 2018, but it was lost in the mail and does not arrive to the Ohio Department of Taxation until March 20th, 2018. Am I still eligible for the amnesty? And the answer is yes. The department will always reference back to the postmark date on the envelope. Now that you know what the program is and what is needed when applying for the program, now let's talk about the #1 resource available to you to get more detailed information about the amnesty. So you can either click on the link that you see here, or you can visit ohiotaxamnesty.gov and you'll be directed to our homepage. On the homepage, you will see the dates of the program. Once again, that's January 1st through February 15th. And the benefit to the taxpayer, all penalties and half the interest will be waived. Right now, we're going to go through the banner. So we're going to be looking at the check eligibility, prepare and apply, resources, FAQ, news, and content. So we'll select a couple of those to go through. So if you click on prepare and apply, you'll be routed to this page right here, which is where all of the forms that you need to apply for the amnesty will be located. So your returns, your instructions, and the registration form. If you are physically there right now, you will see a note that says that those forms will be available January 1st, 2018 when the program goes live. So right now there is no forms out there. All of that will be available on January 1st when the program goes live. If you click on FAQs, you will be routed to this page right here, which has a complete list of all of the frequently asked questions. If you would like to narrow the results, you can click on the drop down and you can search by the categories that you see here to narrow the results. As questions come in and as we continue to do more presentations, we will continue to add to the list of frequently asked questions. So please continue to submit your questions. Right here, what you're looking at is a tool that can be used by CPAs and tax professionals to show your clients the potential cost savings if they come through the amnesty program. So what you'll see right now is you see the tax type, which you can have, and you can click on the drop down and it will direct you to either individual income tax, sales tax, or commercial activity tax. You will have another drop down box, which is tax due, so you can pick based on one of two numerical numbers, and then it will automatically calculate for you the total due without amnesty and the total due with amnesty. So let's look at an example. So if I've selected sales tax as my tax type, $30,000 as the tax due, and it calculates the total due without amnesty, which includes full penalty and full interest. It also shows the total due with amnesty, which includes no penalty and only half the interest. When I click on See Potential Savings, then I see that if I come to the amnesty program that I could save $15,984. Now, please note that even if your client has $30,000 in sales tax that they want to submit for the amnesty, that does not mean that they will necessarily save that $15,984, because the potential savings may vary based on the interest rate of when the return was due. So this is just an example for you to show the potential cost savings. However, on January 1st, there will be a tool available for you that you can go to calculate the interest. So you will click on tax type, select the applicable tax. You can click on the amount and input that information and the payment date. Once you click on calculate interest, it will calculate the interest as half. So this is the amnesty interest calculator. Please note that if you are a financial institution's taxpayer, you will need to consult those instructions to determine how you will calculate your interest. So that is the only tax that will not be available in this amnesty interest calculator. If you are a tax professional, this is a very valuable resource kit available to you. It has everything from the talking points that you may use when communicating via email or in person. It also has digital assets that you can share, messages with your followers on social media, and a fact sheet that is a one-page summary of the features and the benefits of the program. So please take advantage of this resource. So please remember that the website will serve as the #1 resource available to you. However, if you have additional questions, please feel free to call us at 1-800-304-3211. Or you can visit tax.ohio.gov and click on Contact Us, or you can click the hyperlink in this presentation and it will take you to this page here. Please complete this in its entirety, and on the second column, the second box down where it says subject, it is the required field. Click on Ohio Tax Amnesty Program so your question can be routed accordingly. If you have any questions about the presentation or anything that I covered today, please feel free to contact me directly. My email address is marina.king@tax.state.oh.us. And as always, please feel free to sign up for alerts. You can do so by clicking on this hyperlink, or you can visit us at tax.ohio.gov. Communication about the amnesty will go out November 30th through our tax alerts. So if the tax is an eligible tax, information will go out about the amnesty program to serve as a reminder about the upcoming program. And at this time, we are going to pause for our code word. The code word is amnesty. And at this time, I will turn it over to Jen McFarland.
Thanks, Marina. Good morning. As Marina mentioned, my name is Jen McFarland, and I'm the administrator of the Business Tax Division. Today, I'll be talking to you about the municipal net profit tax. Specifically today, we'll cover the Department of Taxation's role in the administration of the municipal net profit tax, how to opt in or register with the Department of Taxation, information regarding estimated payments, how to file a tax return and other important information regarding the tax return, additional municipal net profit tax forms, and any other questions you may have we can answer at the end if time allows. So how did we get here today? House Bill 49, otherwise known as the Budget Bill, provides for an alternative state-administered municipal net profit tax for businesses. Under the Budget Bill, businesses may opt in with the Department of Taxation to file one net profit tax return. So what does this mean for businesses? They can file one municipal net profit tax through the Ohio Business Gateway. The Ohio Department of Taxation will handle all administrative functions, so they'll handle audits, collections, and appeals. The department will distribute payments to the applicable municipal corporations. Taxpayers can do everything that they continue to do today, including using your NOLs, any tax credits, credit carry forwards, and also you can file consolidated or separate. So prior to House Bill 49, businesses were required to file net profit returns with all the municipal corporations they do business with or do business in. So for instance, if you do business in multiple municipalities, you're going to have to file a municipal net profit tax return in each of those municipalities. If you opt in with the Department of Taxation, you'd only need to file one return. So who is eligible to opt in? Business taxpayers subject to the municipal net profit tax can opt in with the Department of Taxation. If you are a sole proprietor or a disregarded entity, you will not be able to opt in with the department. The reason that you can't opt in is that the municipal net profit flows through to the individual income tax. So you do not actually file a municipal net profit tax return, you file an individual income tax return. The municipal corporations and third-party administrators retain the right to administer their municipal or the individual income tax. So when can you opt in? The department opened registration on October 19th, and taxpayers can opt in now for tax year 2018. So how do you opt in with the department? To opt in, you need to complete a registration form, and this needs to be completed by the first day of the third month of your taxable year. So for example, calendar year taxpayers must opt in by March 1st of 2018 for taxable year 2018. If you register with the department, you are opting in for all municipal corporations in which your business has net profits. That means you cannot pick and choose which municipalities you want to opt in for. When you register with us, you will file all of your returns with the Department of Taxation. Please note that for any period prior to 2018 or for any period in which you do not opt in with the Department of Taxation, the municipal corporations and third-party administrators will continue to administer the municipal net profit tax. So the election to opt in is 1 year, and it automatically renews until it is discontinued by the taxpayer. So you only need to register one time, and if you want to terminate that election, you must do so on the first day, on or before the first day of the third month of your taxable year. Otherwise, you will be opted in for another year. So how do you register? The department offers electronic registration, which is made available on tax.ohio.gov. When you go to our website, you will see a Register Now button. If you click on that, you'll be taken to the Municipal Net Profit Tax website, and you'll see a Register Now link. Underneath that link, we have instructions that'll take you step by step through the portal and help you as you're registering. So if you click on the Register Now link, you'll be taken to the registration portal. In order to use this portal, you will need to select Enable Editing. After selecting Enable Editing, you'll be prompted to select Enable Content. Please make sure you select this so that you can get into the registration portal and that the form loads correctly. This is the home page of the registration portal. So once you get to this page to start a registration, you'll select Start Muni Registration. This is going to take you to the first page of the registration form. Prior to getting to the first page of the registration form, you're going to be presented with the steps for success. There's a lot of information here, and I'm not going to go through all of it at this time, nor do I expect you to try to read through it on your screens. I'll be going through this step by step in the next few slides, but this is here so that when you go to register your taxpayers, you can refer to this to get through the portal, and it also has our phone number on it. When you're ready to register, select I'm ready to register. Here's the first page of the registration form that all taxpayers are required to fill out. As you can see at the bottom, there's Schedule A and Schedule B, which are grayed out in this example. The availability of Schedule A and Schedule B are dependent on the answers to the additional questions at the bottom. All taxpayers will be required to fill out their demographic information, and this is similar to other registration forms the department has. So you'll need to fill out your FAIN, your legal name, business name if you have one, your address, city, state, and zip code. You can use the drop-down box for the organizational type. You'll need to select your NAICS code, and then we ask for contact information. We ask for this contact information in case we have any questions regarding your registration and need to reach back out to you. At the bottom, you'll see additional questions. These questions are going to change based upon answers to previous questions. So your first question is going to ask if you filed a municipal net profit tax return in any municipality in the preceding tax year. If you answer no, that means you're currently not subject to the municipal net profit tax and you're going to be in the year you're opting in with the department. You'll receive another question that will ask what is the date that you become subject to the municipal net profit tax. This cannot be before January 1st, 2018. You also will not be prompted to fill out Schedule A in this instance. If you answer yes, then you will be taken to Schedule A, and I'll go over that in the next slide. All taxpayers will be asked that for the first day of their fiscal year in which they're opting in with the Department of Taxation. Again, this cannot be before January 1st, 2018. All taxpayers are also going to be asked if they're an affiliated group of corporations electing to file a consolidated return. If you select no, you will not need to fill out Schedule B, and you'll be done with this registration process. If you select yes, then you'll be asked additional questions, such as whether you want to consolidate in all municipalities or whether you'd like to consolidate in some and file separate in others. Here we have Schedule A. As I mentioned before, this is only applicable to taxpayers that have previously filed a municipal net profit tax. So for example, if you are opting in with the department in 2018, we would like you to select all the municipalities in which you filed a municipal net profit tax in 2017. Here you can single select your municipalities and choose the Add button to add them to the right-hand column, or you may select multiple municipalities and add them all at once. If you've added a municipality incorrectly, simply click that municipality on the right-hand side and select Remove. Once you've added all of the municipalities, please select Save Selections. This will take you either back to the registration homepage or to Schedule B if you're filing a consolidated return. On the screen now, we have an example of Schedule B. Again, this is only required for taxpayers that file a consolidated return. On this form, we need the demographic information of each one of your members. You will fill out the FAIN, the legal name, and the address. You can hit Add Member to continue adding all of your members. If you need to reset the information on the form, simply select Reset Form, and that will remove all of the information on the screen. When you finish completing Schedule B, simply hit Exit Form, and you'll be taken back to the front page of the registration process. Here you have the option to do one of two things. If you're a CPA or a practitioner and you want to file multiple registrations for your clients, you can select Start a Muni registration and file another registration. You do not need to save your file in between registrations. You can register multiple taxpayers and save your file once. If you're finished completing your registration in Schedule A and Schedule B, simply select Save File. This is going to save the file on your computer. It does not submit it to the Department of Taxation. Once you've saved your file, you'll need to select Email File to ODT. This is an unsecure option, so it's just your normal everyday email that you can email your registration form to us. If you choose this option, a box will pop up with our email address and attach your file. If you'd like to send the file securely, you can use our Zix secure email portal. On our website at tax.ohio.gov, under the Municipal Net Profit Tax page, we have instructions for registering for ZICS, and it'll walk you through using the secured email portal. There is one registration that I would like to point out. If you're a municipal net profit taxpayer and you're filing on a consolidated basis in some municipalities and wish to file separate in other municipalities, you will receive an error message when you go through our registration portal. The reason we do this is a little more complicated registration, and we want taxpayers to reach out to the department and talk to an examiner when registering under this method. You will receive this error message when you answer the additional questions at the bottom by saying that you wish to file a consolidated tax return and that you do not want to file consolidated in all municipalities. Again, you'll just be prompted to contact the department. We'll walk you through registration, but you still can register with the Department of Taxation to file on a consolidated basis in select municipalities and separate in other municipalities. In addition to filing an electronic registration, you may also submit a paper registration form. This form is available on tax.ohio.gov under our Forms section. You'll be asked the same information as the registration portal, and you can submit this to us either via fax or mail. We also have a paper copy of Schedule A. This is going to require the same municipalities that would be listed in your electronic version. So if you operated in any municipalities in the year preceding your opt-in with the department, you would need to list those municipalities along with the applicable municipality code. At the top of this form, there is a hyperlink to the list of municipality codes and the correct spellings and all of the information that you need for the municipalities. Again, if you're opting in with the department for 2018, you would need to fill out all of the municipalities in which you filed a tax return for 2017. Next, we have Schedule B. This is, again, similar to the one in the registration portal. It's only going to be used for taxpayers that file on a consolidated basis, and here you'll need to enter all of the demographic information for each one of your members. So a couple important notes about registration is that if you take advantage of our early registration, which is considered prior to February 5th, 2018, you will receive your municipal net profit tax account number and registration confirmation letter in February of 2018. If you'd like to confirm receipt of your registration prior to February, please contact the department at 1-844-238-0403, and we can let you know whether or not we received your registration. In addition to registering, taxpayers also have additional notification requirements. After registering with the Commissioner, taxpayers that are currently subject to the municipal net profit tax must provide written notification to each municipality in which they were required to file a municipal net profit tax return and the preceding tax year that they opted in with the department. This is very important to stop any notices that the municipalities may send to you. They're going to be expecting estimated payments, declarations, and returns for the 2018 or future tax years unless you let them know you opted in with the department. If you're a brand new taxpayer and were never subject to the municipal net profit tax, no further notice is required. So if you need to provide notice to those municipalities, you may do so in several ways. You can write a letter to let them know that you've opted in with the department. You can provide a copy of your registration. You can provide a copy of your registration confirmation letter once you receive it, or the department will post a form on our website that's a notification form that you can fill out and send to each municipality. In addition, on our website, we will have a list of contacts for each municipality to provide the correct mailing address for your notice. So here we'll pause for a test your knowledge. I'll read the question, but it's just for you to think about. Please do not enter it in the chat feature. The question is, if I'm a new business and I register with the Department of Taxation for the municipal net profit tax, Do I need to notify any municipal corporations? The answer is no. Only taxpayers that were subject to the municipal net profit tax in preceding taxable year are required to notify municipalities that they opted in with the department. So now that we went through the registration process, let's touch a little bit on estimated payments. So the requirement for estimated payments is that taxpayers submit a quarterly declaration of estimated payments and make their tax payments each quarter. The exception to this is taxpayers with an estimated combined tax liability less than $200. So if you have less than $200 in combined tax liability, you are not required to make estimated payments or file quarterly estimated declarations. Important dates. The estimated payments are going to be due on the same dates that you currently pay the municipal corporations. Payments of the combined tax liability are due as follows. 22.5% will be due by the 15th day of the 4th month of your taxable year. 45% must be paid by the 15th day of the 6th month of your taxable year. 67.5% must be paid by the 15th day of the 9th month of your taxable year, and 90% must be paid by the 15th day of the 12th month of your taxable year. So if you're a calendar year taxpayer, we're going to expect a declaration and payment on April 15th, June 15th, September 15th, and December 15th. If any of these dates falls on a weekend or a holiday, your declaration and payment would be due the next business day. Also, I'd like to note that if you're filing a declaration, we do not accept amended declarations. So just increase or decrease your amounts accordingly, and you can add any new municipality on your next declaration or on your final return. Here we have a helpful tool for taxpayers that will help guide you on the correct due dates. This is posted on tax.ohio.gov on our municipal net profit webpage under general information. If you look at the month of your fiscal year end, it will list out when your 4 estimated payments are due. So how do you make estimated payments? House Bill 49 requires electronic filing and payments for taxpayers that opt in with the Department of Taxation. For municipal net profit taxpayers, you can file your declaration of estimated payments through the Ohio Business Gateway. You can also make your payments on Ohio Business Gateway or through the Ohio Treasurer of State. It's important to note that you may not start filing your declarations or paying estimated taxes via the Gateway with the Department of Taxation until February 2018. If you go out to the Gateway today, you're going to be routed to the current municipal corporations. The department's Gateway is going to be entirely different than what is out there today, and it'll be entirely separate from the current municipal corporations. So what happens if you underpay your estimated taxes? If you underpay your estimated taxes, you may be subject to an interest penalty. The period of underpayment will run from the due date of the estimated payment to the date the payment is actually made. There are some exceptions to this, and if you make estimated payments in the amount of 90% of your current taxable year, or you pay an amount that equals 100% of your previous taxable year, you will fall under a safe harbor and will not receive an interest penalty. So we'll have another test your knowledge. Again, this is just for you to think about and not enter in the chat feature. The question is, if my fiscal year end is March 31st, when is my first estimated payment due? The answer for that is going to be July 15th. So although the first return will not be due with the department until 2019, I want to briefly touch on tax returns and payments. The one thing I want to point out is that taxpayers that opt in with the department can do everything you can do today and more. For example, you can still file on a consolidated basis. You can file on a separate basis. You can file on a consolidated basis and a separate basis on the same return, meaning that you can pick and choose which municipalities you'd like to file on a consolidated basis in, and then file separate in other municipalities. You can use your tax credits that you have today, any NOLs, and any unused credit carry forwards. And you can file using alternative apportionment if it's approved by the tax commissioner. So how will your returns be filed? Again, under House Bill 49, electronic filing is required for taxpayers that opt in with the Department of Taxation. The tax returns will be filed using the Ohio Business Gateway. This feature will not be available until late 2018, since the tax returns will not be due until 2019. Electronic payments will be accepted through the Ohio Business Gateway or also through the Treasurer of State. Again, taxpayers may start making estimated payments with the department using the gateway in February of 2018. So similar to what I just stated on a previous slide, if you go to the gateway today and try to file any returns or make any payments, those would be routed to the municipal corporations. The department's gateway will be entirely different and separate from what is out there today. In addition to filing on the gateway, the department is looking at modernized e-file. The department has had discussions with commercial software vendors about building upload capabilities in their professional suite products, and we've also contacted the IRS about participating in MEF. As the department gets more information on MEF, we will make that available to the filing community. So tax returns are going to be due the same as they are today. They're due on the 15th day of the 4th month following the end of the taxpayer's taxable year. So for example, a taxpayer that has a fiscal year end of November 30th will have an annual due date of March 15th. Similar to the estimated payments, we have a tool on our website that will help determine when your return is due. This is also on the Municipal Net Profit Tax homepage under tax.ohio.gov. If you go to the general information on the Municipal Net Profit page, you will find this chart. So are extensions available? Yes. Taxpayers may request a 6-month extension, and it must be requested on or before the due date of the annual return. You also can receive an extension if you get a federal extension. So if you have a federal extension, you're automatically going to be granted the 6-month extension with the state. Please remember, this is an extension of time to file your return, not an extension of time to pay. So we have one more test your knowledge. And here the question reads, if I am a calendar year taxpayer and receive a valid federal extension for tax year 2018, when is my tax due to the Department of Taxation? And the answer for that will be April 15th, 2019. Valid extensions only extend the time to file. They do not extend the time to pay. The next thing I'd like to cover is additional municipal net profit tax forms. So as the department creates forms, they will be available on tax.ohio.gov under forms. The forms that we plan on having are an extension request form, a cancellation form, a refund request form, a credit schedule, and an NOL credit schedule. In addition, it's not listed here, but as I mentioned previously, we will have a notification form which taxpayers can use to fill out information and send to the municipalities to let them know they've opted in with the department. We also have other resources available for taxpayers. The first one listed is the Finder. When you click on the Finder, you'll be able to determine what municipality your business is located in. We also have frequently asked questions, which will be updated on a regular basis as we receive more questions regarding the municipal net profit tax. We have tax alerts, which is a very important and helpful way to receive information as it becomes available on the municipal net profit tax. You can go on our website at tax.ohio.gov and sign up for the Municipal Net Profit tax alert. Or if you'd like to talk to somebody in the Business Tax Division, you can contact us directly at 844-238-0403 and get assistance that way. We will pause now for our next code word, which is forms. Okay, on the screen now you will see my contact information. So if you have any questions regarding this presentation, please feel free to email me. And at this time, we will take any questions that you may have.
Okay, the first question. If I'm an individual and I owe individual income tax and I also have a business and owe sales tax, can I submit one application to apply for both taxes? And the answer is no. There are separate applications depending on the tax. And on January 1st, you can visit the website to see which taxes can be filed on one application. So for example, individual income tax and school district tax, which are two different taxes, can be filed on one application. So once again, on January 1st, go out to the website to get more detailed information in regards to which taxes can be filed together. The next question is, if I am a taxpayer and have submitted a return for an eligible tax type that was due and payable as of May 1st, 2017, but I did not remit payment, am I eligible for the amnesty program? And the answer is no, because the amnesty only covers underreported or unreported liability. So if you have reported liability, but you just failed to pay, you would not be eligible for the amnesty program. The next question, what if I remit my payment and it is not clear due to non-sufficient funds? What will happen? The taxpayer will be billed for the tax due plus full penalty and full interest. And the next question is, when you say taxpayers will be notified within 30 days, is that business days or calendar days? And that's within 30 calendar days of receipt of the application packet.
Okay, the next question is regarding municipal net profit tax. Can I opt in with the state to file a return for some municipal corporations and continue to file directly with the city for other municipal corporations? And the answer to that is no. If you opt in with the department, you're opting in for all municipal corporations in which you're subject to the municipal net profit tax. So you'll file one return for the department for all municipal corporations and make all your payments to the department. So you'll no longer file anything directly with the municipal corporations. The next question is, what will happen to my credit carry forward from my last return filed with the municipal corporation? So if you have a credit carry forward, that will be able to be used on the return that you file with the department, and it'll be used to reduce your tax liability in that given municipal corporation. A credit carry forward in one municipal corporation cannot be used to offset tax liability in another municipal corporation. So we'll continue to track your credit carry forwards on a municipal by municipal basis, and you can use those for future tax years. So what is the due date of my estimated payment if I have a short taxable year? If you have a short taxable year, which means less than 12 months, you must pay 90% of your combined tax liability by the 15th day of the 12th month of your taxable year. Okay, the next question that we received is, if I elect to file a consolidated return in a municipal corporation prior to opting in with the department, must I continue to file a consolidated tax return? Yes. So if you have any elections with a municipal corporation, those are going to carry over to the department. So if you're in the 5-year binding period for filing consolidated returns, however much you have left on that 5-year period would carry over to the department. So if you've been filing consolidated for 2 years and then you opt in with the department, you need to continue filing consolidated for 3 more years. And with that, we're out of time, so I'm going to turn this back over to Nate. Thank you for your participation.
Okay, thank you, Marina and Jen. Now, we certainly hope that you've enjoyed our program for today, but before we go ahead and dismiss, there are a few announcements that I want to go over with you guys. The first announcement has to do with future OVTAs. So for those of you that are interested in the next OVTA, please go ahead and mark your calendars for Wednesday, February 21st. Again, that's Wednesday, February 21st for the next OVTA. We ask that you please visit the OVTA webpage through tax.ohio.gov, as it is the department's #1 communication channel for all OVTA-related information. I'll let you know that we will still be working with the different chambers, boards, and commissions to try to get information out, as well as sending out tax alerts if you've signed up for tax alerts through our website. The next announcement has to do with the code words. So for those of you wishing to receive CLE and CPE credit, you will need to submit the code words through the post-webinar survey. Now, the survey will display once you exit the webinar, but if for some reason the survey does not pop up automatically or display for you, there will be a link to the survey in a follow-up email that will come out shortly that will allow you to go ahead and submit those code words after the webinar has concluded. And the final announcement has to do with evaluations. So referring back to that same email I just alluded to, there will also be a link to an evaluation. We're asking that everybody please take the time to fill out that evaluation, as we look forward to reading your feedback and being able to incorporate your ideas into future OVTAs to make this an even better event. So again, please take the time out and fill out the evaluation for us. And with that, this concludes today's OVTA seminar. Thank everybody for joining us, and I hope you have a great rest of the day.